My Dealmaker team, like, I used to do Dealmaker and as a family, just Cheryl and I, and it would run me down so much that I got sick like every year. Like 3 years ago, the last day of Dealmaker, I barely made it through the third day because I had pneumonia. And another year, like every year I was getting sick. But you know what happened when I got a great team? I like leave Dealmaker and I feel like you. I feel energized, inspired, and motivated. So my team's not in here, but if somebody could grab Rita and Melanie, that would be really awesome. Cheryl, do you want to come up real quick? Do you mind? My wife doesn't like coming up. And Brandon, where's Brandon? Brandon, come on up. Brandon's my bud. We go to church together, but he's so much more than that. He's got an amazing community that I have always, since the day it was conceived and started, I love, which is TRP. How many of you guys are in TRP? Look at that. You got a little love. Tell us about how TRP works.
All right. So first, I do want to kind of tell a personal story. 2 years ago, Jim came up to me in the hallway. I think it was on a Thursday. It was on the first day. And he goes, hey, I want you to talk about TRP during one of the breaks. Just come up during one of the breaks and come talk about it. And for the rest of the weekend, he didn't see me. For every break, I would sneak out because I was too scared to talk to everybody or talk in front of everybody. And now, it is. And now it's half, all my good friends here. So, but now I have to chase him down for the mic. I'm like, Jim, don't forget about me. But anyway, TRP, the Rehabbers Playbook. This is a group. It started out with education and coaching, and it really turned into a community. So everybody here that's part of TRP, can you stand up if you don't mind? We got Thomas. Yep. Now, it's a lot further walk than I thought, so I was going to have you guys promote me because I'm not really good at self-promotion, but but I'm not going to put you guys on the spot like that. So anyway, we have some great people in the group. It's all focused on the construction side of this business, right? It's easy to find information about wholesaling, acquisitions, disposition, right, things like that, but there's this big question mark in the middle of every project, and that's the construction, the project management. So everything about creating a scope of work, budgeting, scheduling, finding contractors, right? Who struggles with finding contractors or finding good contractors, right? So that's everything we focus on, and we meet weekly, we talk all the time, we have a private Facebook group, and we're talking daily, we're coordinating daily, we're keeping up with each other's projects. And also another question, who here wants to get into new construction?
I like it.
All right, we got some people. Now, one of my favorite parts of the group is when we started it, we had 1 or 2 new construction builders in the group. And now we have probably 15 plus active new construction projects throughout the country right now. So there's a lot of growth. I've seen people who've never flipped a house before now flipping multiple houses a year. And, watching and helping people grow in this business has really been a blessing in itself. So,
I can say the same about you.
well, Jim has been a huge part of my growth, and Cheryl. Yeah, it's just, and I'm so blessed to have so many people in this group, including you, Jim. And Jim supported me since the start. I have so many people here who supported me since the start. And now I can call Jim and Cheryl really good friends that I get to see, typically once a week at the chapel. So anyway, guys, if you want to join, we'd love to have you. I'm very bad at self-promotion, but it really is a great group. You can go to the rehabbersplaybook.com, sign up there. We'd love to have you. Or if you want, just come find me after this. The whole group's going to meet afterwards over by the registration table, so you can come meet with some of us, see what it's about, ask questions. Like I said, we'd love to have you.
Let me tell you what, Brandon's getting ready to be a dad soon. How much longer?
July. So.
July. How about a loud Dealmaker warm applause for that?
Thank you.
Love it. So he's been down in Florida on his baby moon. That didn't used to be a thing when I had kids, but he's been on his baby moon, but next year, Dealmaker, he's going to speak again, right?
Yes, I'd love
Okay, you're
to.
not going to be hiding.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
I'm
Thank
a little
you,
bit
Bill.
more comfortable with the mic
No,
now,
you have
so,
definitely.
yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you too. So I just want to say thank you to some folks here real quick. Melanie, I mean, I don't even know what to say to you. So I really appreciate you, but I work with you a lot, and you know that, I think. So know how much Cheryl and I, how much you mean to us. And to build out you and Rita to work together when you just met a few days ago in person is really beautiful. So I just wanted to give you a Dealmaker hug. Hey, thanks. Thanks for being part of our team with Cheryl and I. And Cheryl, like, can you believe it? We're closing out another Dealmaker. I know you don't like being up here. It's a big room, but
Well, Dealmaker is all about you all, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's the Dealmaker community. We provide the platform for it, you know. We invite y'all to come, be a part, but it's you all that sign up, that come, that bring your A game. And it's just a beautiful community because I've talked to so many people, even in the last couple of days here, and it's just like, they're like, everyone is so kind, everyone is so giving. It's not, you know, dog eat dog, like you're just trying to, you know, step on other people to get where you're going. Everyone is so willing to open their hearts and share their knowledge and just be kind to one another and just welcome you. And that's what we want. That's what we want the Dealmaker community to be. It is truly a community. And we want it to be a safe space for you all. We want it to be a place where you can come and you can grow and you can meet, you can learn, but you can also make new friendships. And, you know, when I think about different events that we've been at in the past and how we have been able to connect with people that we're still friends with, that we're still doing life with, I mean, it's just so important. You know, so many of us that are in the real estate business you're kind of like an island unto yourself. You know, you're self-employed, you know, you're doing your thing, you know, but to have communities that you can plug into, you can be a part of, you can support each other, you know, and that if something happens, you know that person to call. Like I know we've talked about that this week too, you know, to know those people that have that knowledge that you can just tap into and that they're so free to give it to you, you know, that information and just help you through something tough, you know, or answer that question. So it really is a true blessing for Jim and I to see this. It's kind of crazy. It's like we did not intend for, you know, it wasn't on our vision board, you know, but it's just through God and what he had planned, obviously, as Chuck is always saying with connecting the dots, you know. It's like years ago we would have never guessed it. We weren't looking for it, but, you know, God had planned it and just the opportunities and just to just kind of follow his leading and say, you know, just be open to it, you know. And so many times, you know, he's looked at me even in the last week and he's like, not too bad for a couple kids from Camp Street, you know, that were just playing kickball, climbing trees, you know, walking to school together. We wouldn't have ever, you know, we didn't know where God was taking us. So we appreciate y'all being on this journey with us, and you truly are the community. It isn't us. We just give you a place to do it all, you know, and give you a place to let it happen. But you all are the ones that are making it happen. So we're truly blessed by you all. And yes, and our amazing team, Rita and Melanie, and just all that they've put in. And you know that it's wonderful. It's beautiful. Everything is so pretty and so well done, and the food's delicious, and just a beautiful space for us to just be able to have this special time to share and to grow and to learn, to make new friendships, to grow old friendships, right? To see each other again. Like it was Marshall that said it's like a family reunion, and it is. It's just you get to be with your people, like-minded people too. You know, so many times, you know, you're around in life, and you need that time to refresh and renew and to be with people that kind of get you. You know what I mean? People that are like, I understand. Yeah, I understand that. I've been through that. I've done that. Or, you know, and want to share their experience, or you just want to have that time to just kind of recharge each other's battery, you know? And it's just a beautiful time to do that. And that's what this is about. That's what this is all about. Learning, growing, sharing, you know, growing deeper friendships, you know, adding friendships, all that. That's what the Dealmaker is. And in a beautiful atmosphere where you can feel safe, where we put God first, country, you know, we're all about being patriotic and remembering that freedom isn't free, that many people have given their lives so that we could have the freedoms that we have in this great country, and respecting them and their service and what they've done
Well,
for
I'm
us.
glad you said that because Melanie, your husband Dave,
Yes, he's actually out right now.
he's on a carrier.
He is, Melanie.
I appreciate our military. So
Yes,
one more
and their-
time.
and their families,
If you've
and their
served
families.
or if you're serving now,
Yes.
just stand up real quick. Want to honor you
Yes.
once more, including Dave, who's on the carrier.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes,
Means a lot to us.
yes,
Thank you, guys.
yes.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. I mean, Rita, you are so good and you're so freaking tough and you got my back. So thank you for making all this happen. You want to say a few words? You're never short on words.
I just want to say thank you to all of you because without you, we can't have an event. So thank you. Thank you for trusting us and spending your extremely valuable time with us. We're amazed always. And I will tell you, if you're ever interested in learning how to fill an event or do an event, I know Jim will happily put me on another webinar. I'm happy to talk
course.
to you about that. But I can tell you the number one way to fill a room is be as authentic as these two. It makes it much easier.
Melanie, would you like to say anything? How was your experience this week?
I learned a lot. I'm tired. I went to soak my feet.
So do I, Melanie.
She wants to get home to her little girl.
How old's your daughter now?
She's 7.
7. Isn't that a beautiful age?
I want to thank Jim and every one of you for creating and facilitating a space for each and every one of us to thrive. I really do.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. I'll go ahead and close her out here, but you know where my heart's at. You guys notice I didn't schedule any time for myself? And Rita keeps saying, go back through the slides real quick, so I'm going to do that real quick. This is one of the ones I started with. This is the discounts. If you haven't snapped this with your phone yet, do the QR code for this, because I had the honor of being able to negotiate a nationwide discount for our Dealmaker communities. Tom Olson, by the way, is not with us. He's on a cruise, but he assisted in this. And as a good friend of mine, Tom, I just want to say thanks for your help doing this, Sherwin-Williams and Lowe's. Floor and Decor, I'm still working on them. And there's some others coming. If you know of a company that would provide a great discount for our entire community, I would love to take the opportunity to try to negotiate nationwide for you guys. We've had this idea of coming up with maybe insurance, lending, things like that along the way that literally every deal maker in the country uses on a regular basis. All right, what's the next one? Oh, the accounts. This happened 2 days ago. Oops, there it is. This is brand new, and I had this vision like a month ago to come up with part of our mission as deal makers to be able to provide affordable training to deal makers around the country. Have you noticed that? Like everything I do is, I don't want to say cheap because that's the wrong word, but affordable. Like Inner Circle's $97 a month. This is free, and there is a ton of training in there. All you got to do is hit that QR code, and my team, and I have a coach for some of this as well, and mentors like you guys do, has created this experience that includes an account. And when you go inside that account is all this training. It's completely free. And I'm going to add some more stuff into those as well, like surprises. So that one literally just happened like 2 to 3 days ago. It hasn't been tested very much, so if you have an issue, let me know and I'll work with my team to get that fixed. I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to put this one into your account for free, which is Furnished Rental GPT. It's a AI-based tool that I created for doing your listing descriptions and doing the copywriting. I'm using AI a lot. I've told you guys that. I've repackaged my own GPT that I use for my own furnished finders and my own Airbnbs. And I've got it in a package that I would like to just give to you guys if you create that account. I'm going to drop it in once I figure it out. Jeff Watson, come on up here. Jeff, Wendy, I mean, so many of you guys have been with me on this. Mary Hart, I think she's out there, but Jeff, we're doing this in October. When Dykes passed, there was a gap, and you wanted to help fulfill the gap, and we have similar missions. I'm sorry for even mentioning it that way. You want to talk about your heart and your mission sort of behind this? This is like part 2 to what we took a shot at in Orlando in January. How many of you guys were with us in January? Oh, thank you guys. Jeff, I'm sorry. You want to just say a couple quick words?
Dykes was one of the most important men in my life. He was not just a brilliant educator, he challenged me intellectually. He gave me some of the best advice I've ever heard. And then one day, in the midst of the worst time of my life, I was the guest in his home. We had a pleasant evening. We watched the Super Bowl together, and it was great. But Dykes would teach, for those of you that knew him, he would teach at the aerospace engineer rocket scientist level. And I would have to go back and be a frequent offender in his program to understand what he was doing. And I want to take that knowledge that I finally grasped, and I want to get it down to where if you have a high school education, you don't need to have an advanced degree. You can have a high school education and get it there. Can I meet his standards? No way. Can I do everything he did? No way. But there's a couple of things that I want to talk about. I want to teach people about the right way to lend out of an IRA. The right way to lend out of an IRA. And then the next thing is, once I get that down, the right way to buy a piece of real estate using a grantor revocable title holding trust, not a land trust. Yet they're similar, but there's some big differences. Those are the two things. Those are the two big goals I have, and it's because of Dykes Boddiford. And I was privileged to be able to speak to him hours before he passed. And his wife, Debbie, relayed back his reaction. But that man has changed the life of every one of you in this room, whether directly or indirectly through Jim, Chuck Glover, myself, Jeff Shahusky, Mary Hart. He's just a legend, and I want to respect and honor him. And I got to tell you, the last thing, and then I'll stop. While Chuck Glover was up here talking about wraps, I took a picture of the slide he had up of Dykes and Dorsey, took a picture of Chuck, and I sent it to Dorsey, and she got back to me a couple hours later, and she just appreciated Chuck referencing her and what he's done and how he's grown, and she's looking forward to when a couple more things get a little stable in her life, she wants to get back out, and she'll come here. And Bill, you're closer to her than I am. You know what I'm saying is true. She's going to teach stuff again, and I can't wait for her to teach. I mean, Bill, he was your big brother. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. So I have the honor to do this with Jeff, who I told you is my gratitude buddy and somebody I deeply love and trust. And just kind of leave it at that. Thank you, Jeff. Actually, when Pam and Yvonne came to me with this idea for Dealmaker meetups last year, Cheryl and I, Cheryl, do you remember this? And it was Pam Fisher and Yvonne. You guys came to me and you said you want to take this amazing 3 days and bring it back to Orlando and Raleigh on a monthly meetup format. And thankfully, Cheryl was with me so she could hear your heart, Pam especially, and understand that. And we looked at each other. I said, what do you think, Cheryl? She's like, let's try it. Sometimes it's hard to know whether to say yes or no Isn't it, Ally? Like, I remember 2 years ago, I said, Ally, you got to say no more. But in this case, I said yes, and I'm so thankful I did, because look what happened. Like in the last, I think, Sam, you're number 22 now. Thank you. There's several more that are going to pop out of this deal maker. But what we want is you guys to go out into your communities with the same culture, the same integrity, the epic networking, and the focus on building deep relationships all across the United States is becoming our goal now. And we've got the structure to teach you to do it. This is something that a year ago with Pam and Yvonne, literally, we were going over the cliff and figuring it out as we went. But I can tell you confidently now that my community figured this out. Like my leaders figured it out, and I just, as an engineer always does, I just documented the process. From finding a venue to negotiating. Now Rita's pouring into this community, by the way, because she's a phenomenal event planner, as you see. Rita is a tremendous negotiator too, like Kim Cook. I don't know, some of these ladies in the group, tremendous negotiators. And so we've got it figured out. We've got the roadmap there. Some are rebranding, taking existing RIAs and switching them over. Some are brand new. And so I just want to say thank you to our leaders. Again, if you're leading a meetup around the United States right now for Dealmaker, just raise your hand. Please know that I am grateful. You guys know that. Oh, LendPro, I forgot I did this a couple months ago. Told you I really like AI, but this isn't for everybody. Have you noticed that's how I sell? Like, actually, I do that when I'm buying houses direct from sellers too. I'll be like, my solution isn't for everybody. You might want to list with a realtor. And if they come back and say, no, I don't have the time, I'm embarrassed by the house looks, all that, then I may have a deal. So this isn't for everybody. But if you're going to do wrap lending, you need to understand your math and the way that you leverage and the way that you structure the wrap lending terms can take you from like a 15 or 20% return to a 40 or 50+% return. Nobody really teaches on the math because it takes time and it's hard to teach in an area like this. Chuck, do you agree? Like when I had Chuck review my GPT, here's what he said. He said, if I did all the math, it might take like an hour, but using my AI tool, it took a couple of minutes. Is that pretty close to accurate, Chuck? Chuck was the first trusted friend I had look at it. It comes with a 7-day trial and an 8-week email series teaching you about it, and then it's $19.99 a month. Oh, that's it. All right, Krista, would you mind coming up real quick? Would you mind? You didn't know I saw you sneak in? You missed it when I had Mom up here. Oh, you did? Okay. My kids do not like to be embarrassed. But this girl, I have the pleasure of working with. This girl is my part-time job. Would you agree? Like, you're my part-time job. Because we talk literally every day about real estate. And she knows I have her back. You told me so. So you want to tell us a little bit about your journey real quick? You've done so well at a young age. I'm so proud of you. Oh, well, I don't like telling people how many doors you own, but it's substantial. 9 units, duplexes, whatever. I didn't start getting out of corporate America until I was 40, and Krista was in middle school, and she used to help me with my marketing, do my postcards and things like that. And then she went on and did well. She graduated magna cum laude. Love you. All right, so I know you don't like coming up, but it is an honor to work with you. I love you. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. It's been fun. Any final words for other young people?
Oh, slow and steady.
That's a good way to go. All right, slow and steady. All right, thank you guys. Whew, I'm usually not emotional. All right. Guys, I just want you to focus in on 2 or 3 things that were really big takeaways. Brian Rhodes, thanks for that text this morning, by the way, that described Chris Piccioro's comments at 1:30 in the morning about Dealmaker. He said Dealmaker is not a 3-day event, it's a community. Is that accurate? By the way, if you don't know Brian Rhodes and Greg, the Red Door guys, raise your hand. You need to meet them. They have a thriving, huge business, and they give, and they give, and they give. Been friends of mine for 15, 20 years, a long time now. Meet them. This is a community. It is thriving. Other people around the country don't understand how we end up with 300 or 400 people at a Dealmaker. But I'll tell you, there's 2 reasons. Number 1 is God. Number 2 is you. Cheryl said in the car 4 days ago, I was getting a little nervous about Dealmaker, and she said, Jim, just remember it's not about you. I thought, that is it. It's not about me, it's about you. That's why I said when I gave you that one networking tip, you don't walk into the room and say, here I am. You walk into the room and say, there you are. There you are, Jan. There you are, Kim. Thank you for calling me last year. Renee, Rebecca, all of you. Anthony, Tim, Jenny, Nicole, Lindy. There you are, Jane, and Yvonne, and Pam, Suzette, Charlie. I really have gotten to know, I've gotten pretty good with names. Have you noticed? You know why now. I didn't used to be. I used to be horrible. So I just want you to continue to pour into relationships. Investing in isolation is terminal. You will get burned out and quit. You invest in a community and you invest in relationships with people that follow up like Kim did last year. After Dealmaker, she made a list of 10 people and she followed up. She called them. I want you to do that. After Dealmaker, call 10 people at least. It worked, didn't it, Kim? Because look, a year later, you 3 right there, I've got your backs. This is safe. And you know what I'm talking about. Jeff Watson, thank you. I just love you guys. Mary Hart and Wendy, I don't think they're in here. Jeff Chahusky, our tech team has been amazing. Stand up and wave. Oh my gosh. The tech team, when Cheryl and I walked in, we just thought, man, what happened here? I don't know how you guys do it, and you've worked together so well, and Rita for facilitating meetings, and Melanie. Augie, can you believe what happened? Come on up, Augie. Augie and I are going to Guatemala in 3 weeks. Sometimes, Chuck, you've got to be on the bus, don't you? If Chuck and I were in Nicaragua together, you wouldn't have received his blessing of speaking. Do you know what I'm saying? Chuck, really, right? We've become really good friends. All because we were on the bus.
Be on the bus.
I just want to say thank you, Augie. Cheryl and I can't wait to get on, another third world country. I've never been to Guatemala, but I can't wait to give some people a wheelchair in 3 weeks. It's the perfect closeout for Dealmaker. Augie, thanks for being part of our community, for loving people, giving, and all around the world. A month in the Philippines, a month in Africa. Where's Augie? Somewhere else other than Florida, that I know. Thank you guys for coming this week. God bless you. I'll see you at the next Dealmaker. Thank you guys. Thank you.